I just sent you an article. I read this one right before we started, and unfortunately, I didn't get it to you until as we were starting. It's a headline in the Wall Street Journal, and this is for those of you who've been around for a while. You know, we used to do kind of this series where we were doing updates on what we called the purge and on social media censorship. You know, big social actively taking a part in not delivering us search information on Google, but delivering a search results that they want us to see. Basically, big social dictating what we should see and trying to influence our opinions and our vote. And we've covered several things that have happened in the past 2 years. One of those things being Google admitting on camera, they had a Google executive on camera, on hidden camera, saying that after the last election, Google's decided it's their number one priority to make sure Trump doesn't get elected again. And everything they're doing is to make sure people don't vote for Trump. They admitted this. I didn't need them to admit it, but to know that, but they admitted it. And the weird thing is people will watch that hidden camera footage and they will still choose to stay in denial. It blows my mind. Anyway, this is an update on all the kind of censorship we're seeing from big social. Twitter has now said the headline, Twitter slows down retweets ahead of U.S. election. Social media company to make sweeping changes to how posts are shared, including making it harder for certain content to go viral.
And by certain, we mean wrongthink.
Yeah. Can you read just a couple?
Yeah, I don't have a Wall Street Journal subscription, so I can just read the beginning. Twitter Inc. will make it harder for posts to go viral ahead of the U.S. election, including by putting limits on how users can retweet. The moves unveiled Friday, which also include pointing users viewing certain tweets to credible content.
To credible content. Who decides what's credible content?
Yeah, are among the boldest yet for the social media platform and are designed to slow the spread of misinformation. I read that incorrectly. Where users previously hit a button to reshare or retweet items, they will now be directed to a screen that won't. Oh my God. This is by the way, just from a business engineering perspective, this is the worst. We've added steps so that you can't do the fundamental thing that makes our platform valuable.
Yes.
They will now be directed to a screen that will encourage adding commentary before resharing posts. If users don't write anything, their post will still appear as traditional retweet, but the change adds some extra friction in the process. Yes, it does. Twitter will start experimenting with this change for some users later on Friday, and we'll roll it out. I don't know. I think this is stupid, but is it just doing it for certain? I'll be curious if they're just adding this interstitial to all retweets, which I would say is not ideological. I mean, it might be motivated by ideology, but isn't an ideological move, or if they're just going to have the interstitial for tweets that are wrongthink tweets, which is what I suspect will happen.
I suspect the same. They're going to, of course, this is going to be ideological based on everything we've seen from them and the other social media companies over the past 4 years. They target conservatives. They also target liberals who are not woke. They target anyone who supports the president and who has a following or grows a following, just based on the past, based on the people we know. They've permabanned, like our friend Mike Harlow, for no reason. They're going after wrong thinkers. There's no way they're going to apply this across the board. I cannot see that happening.
Yeah, so, I don't.
There we go.
Anything they don't. Trump's retweets will have an interstitial, and anything Kamala Harris says will be. There'll be a prompt. Do you want to auto retweet Kamala Harris? Yes.
But more importantly, they know that in 2016 election, social media, viral posts, this sort of actual resistance. It's funny they try to use the word resistance when they are the status quo and they're supported by the media and every major corporation, but they want us to believe they're the resistance. No, the resistance, people who were producing their own content, independent content like ours, all of those people who were hugely or highly influential in the 2016 election, they've systematically taken those people out and deplatformed them. They targeted them specifically. They went after Alex Jones. They went after Milo, Gavin McInnes, Laura Loomer. They took all of those people down. They went after Paul Joseph Watson. They've tried to remove them from every major social media platform in advance of this election. And then what's happened is there are new voices cropping up. And so what have they tried to do? They're trying to cut those people off at the knee before they can accrue the large following that those wrong thinkers from 2016 had. So they preemptively ban people like Mike Harlow because they can see that he's going to go big. Like that, this is what they're doing. And now they're basically saying, who do you think they're going to target with this? Who's retweet? It's anything that has the potential to go viral and be damaging to Joe Biden or to produce a groundswell for Trump. They are doing their best to fight the meme war by censoring who gets to do memes, by censoring that kind of viral content. And I wanted to talk about this because I know many so-called liberals who I can recall several times in the past 4 years supporting this increasing censorship from Big Brother. I'm thinking of one guy in particular who, when Alex Jones was first deplatformed from every platform except Twitter, and then Twitter followed suit, he was circulating a petition to try and get him, hey, it's not good enough that he's banned from every social media platform. Let's get him off Twitter too. And I remember asking him at the time, like, do you really consider yourself a liberal? You're supporting censorship. I'm thinking of those people right now. I'm thinking, you are responsible for this. And you're not behaving like a liberal. You're behaving like the sheep in Animal Farm who are easily manipulated by authoritarians, by power-hungry authoritarians. You're not the resistance. You're not liberals. You're asleep, and you're doing the bidding of those in power. I don't know how you sleep at night. I also think, are you so short-sighted that you can't see down the road, that you honestly think that you're okay with this happening when it targets people that you don't like or people you think you don't like, and you can't imagine it ever being turned against you and being used against you? You're blind. So
that's why I hate democracy.
I'm sorry, I'm on a bit of a rant.
It's a great rant. I totally agree. This is why I hate democracy. Most people are. I know that people don't like when you say sheeple or whatever because it sounds trite, but yeah, most people are just sheep, and they're easily manipulated. And that includes the hashtag resistance. In fact, they're some of the easiest to manipulate. So yeah, I'm tired of it, and I don't want those people voting against my rights, which they do regularly. So they are the argument against democracy. That's all I have to say. But
all of those pink pussy hat wearing it's the resistance brought to you by Citibank and McDonald's. The Resistance Incorporated.
I know. If an alien came down, they would be like, "Why are they all wearing the same uniform?" Oh, those are the independent thinkers. Those are the resistance. The alien's brain would explode. What?
Those are independent thinkers resisting the tyranny of what? What are they doing? Like, gosh.
Right. By the way,
they're marionettes.
Just to be clear, Jason says that it's all Twitter, not just certain tweets. They're just doing it everywhere, which I think is more fair. But I just tried it and I didn't see it. So I don't know. Maybe it's not rolled out everywhere yet. But even if it starts everywhere, I wouldn't put it past them to start moving.
You know,
selectively applying.
You know how they're going to. You know what else is supposed to apply to everyone? Their whole TOS. Their TOS is supposed to apply to everyone.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
They selectively apply it for certain people. Why would you? Oh, thank you. You're applying this to everyone. Unlike your entire terms of service, you're gonna be fair on this one. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they'll find some way to selectively apply it, even if it's meant for everyone, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, we talked about what Dick Costolo said the other day, the former CEO of Twitter. I mean, he was the guy that was literally saying the capitalists should be taken out and shot. This is the ideology of these people. The stop thinking that big companies are necessarily pro-liberty just because they like making money. Making money doesn't mean they're pro-liberty or that they care about capitalism in some abstract sense. They just want to make money. And frankly, getting in bed with the government and having one giant government insured monopoly and a revolving door between you and regulators is a great way to make money if that's all you care about. So